I did. So are you two partners?
Yep.
Okay. So you're going to reread the song together first. And?
Perfect circle. What's that?
Have you?
Are we going to watch the video right after this?
Yeah. After we talk about it and you guys tell me what you think it means and what you think the author is feeling about it. What do you think the author's saying?
Paul McCartney?
Like that everything's in harmony and like
But
it's
not
a good and bad side to everything.
Okay. So everything's in harmony. What's the metaphor he's making? You know what a metaphor is?
Yep. That everything is like together and working together, maybe?
Okay, so read it again. Read out loud.
Okay. Ebony and Ivory live together in perfect harmony, side by side on my piano keyboard. Oh Lord, why don't we?
Okay, stop there. What's he talking about?
Relationship?
Of?
Oh wait, I think the color of the skin.
Okay. What's the analogy he's making? Read it again, Miles. Think about what you're reading.
Ebony and Ivory live together in perfect harmony, side by side on my piano keyboard. Oh Lord, why don't we?
So what do we know about pianos?
They're black and white.
They have black and white keys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what would happen if we took all the black keys and put them on one side of a piano board and all the white keys on another side?
It would sound really bad.
It would sound really bad, right? It would not be in harmony.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying.
So everybody needs each other to work together.
That's what I'm wondering. So,
It says right there.
okay, absolutely. So what else? We know that people are the same wherever we go. There's good and bad in everyone. That's what Owen was talking about, right?
Yeah.
We learn to live. We learn to give each other what we need to survive together alive. So the metaphor is he's comparing us living together like keys on the piano board,
Keyboard.
right?
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Got my people right.
Exactly so. Exactly so. Yeah.
They got as long as we have an end on recess.
Okay, thank you. We still have plenty of time. Thanks. Students? Still waiting. Thank you. So, after talking with Owen and Miles, I want to see if you guys are all on the same page. Did any of you find an analogy or a metaphor that was used? Carolyn, what do you think?
Like how it says each other, what we need to survive together alive. Like, no, we only found.
Okay. Tegan, what do you think? We learn to live, we learn to give. Do you guys know what I mean when I say a metaphor? So if we're saying something is something, it's actually kind of like something, but we don't use the word like, right? Yeah?
Living together in perfect harmony side by side on my piano keyboard, because they're not living together because they're not alive, but they are working together when you're playing the keyboard.
So the keys on the keyboard,
Yeah.
okay, what keys on the keyboard?
The ebony and the ivory keys.
So the black and white keys on the keyboard work together. The reason that my understanding is that Paul McCartney had seen in an art exhibit a piano that was set up with all the black keys on one end of it and all the white keys on another. Can you imagine what that would sound like? Not very good, right? Discordant. But it made him think. So that's how we live. Yeah.
Well, I think ebony and ivory is kind of metaphor. I think ebony is like bad stuff.
Ah.
And ivory is like the good stuff because ebony is black and ivory is white.
And where else in the song would you find something that might support what you're saying on that, Nagar?
Or it says,
Did you see something, Vincent?
it says,
While you're saying like a piano thing, there's all the black people on the black side and the white people on the white side.
Right.
So musician.
Exactly. But did you hear what Nagar was saying? She's saying that it's not just about black and white and the color of your skin, but it's black as in kind of that not so good part of ourselves and the white being the good part of ourselves. So is there any place in that song where it talks about the fact that, yeah, Parney,
there's good and bad in everyone.
right? And so not only as a society are we talking about people with different colors, but even in our own selves, we have positive and negative things about ourselves, and we have to strike a balance, right? We don't want to be all negative, and it's almost impossible to be all good, right? So to find that balance again. Awesome. All right. This time, I'm going to give you words to two songs. They have parallels. They were written in the 1970s. Your charge is going to be to do a compare and contrast. What about the song lyrics is similar? What about the message is similar? And what is different? Okay? Actually, before we go there, I promised I'd play the video for you guys, right?
Yay!
I beg your pardon. We'll do that first. In the meantime, stack all of these papers on Arabella's desk. I know, but it's a perfect spot. Okay, I want to ask you a question. How many of you expected that rhythm, that melody? How many had heard that song before? Okay. So, does the melody for you match the message you read? Turn to your partner and talk to them about that. How does the melody relate to the message? Did you? No. What did you think it would be?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
You thought it'd be more rocky, less upbeat?
Yeah, I know because like
Uh-huh.
sounds like really.
Uh-huh.
More sad.
You thought it would be sadder. How many of you thought the song would be slower and more melancholy, like really sad? Okay? Why did you expect that, do you think? Arabella?
Well, the message is kind of telling us about our homes. So I would think this song would be more sad because we need to change our ways.
Okay. So there seems like it's almost a disconnect, right? That it's kind of upbeat and lilting, you know, it's a lilting melody, and yet the message is pretty somber. You know, we have to learn how to do this, okay? All right, so with the two songs we're going to read now, come on and get your next ones. Leave these on air. 3.
We found him?
2. I did. No, Miss Joan did, because she can get inside my head, and I'm so grateful. So the first song, as it turns out, many of you who are on Glee are singing as part of chorus, rather. Yeah, which I didn't know when I chose and planned this lesson, and it makes me so happy, because now you're really going to be hearing and thinking about that song differently, and that's John Lennon's Imagine. Which is one of my favorite songs. But that's so you're going to be listen to me read this, and the other song we're going to read is called What's So Funny About Peace, Love, and Understanding, and it's written by a gentleman called Nick Lowe. We're actually going to hear it performed by Elvis Costello because he has kind of become the person that sings it the most. He's most known for it. These songs were written in the early 70s. Yay. Do you guys have any sense of what was happening in the late 60s? Of course you do. Thank you, Owen.
Hippies, like
Okay. What were the hippies reacting to?
the Vietnam War.
Yeah, so there were a lot of protests about the war. So understand that some of the sentiment of these songs comes from that time. And that's also true with music. You have to put it in the context in which it was written. Okay? So, John Lennon. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, a brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Who has some, what does it make you think, or how does it make you, yeah.
This is not fair because one does not rhyme with one.
Okay.
And I think it's like peace and justice to the world, where like there's no wars, like if everyone would just agree with each other and just like come together and actually like.
Wait, so this was made in the late 60s?
This was made in 1972.
One day, or said like one day everybody will come together and there won't be any war or not like a lot of killing.
Well, it talked about, when the song talked about, it wanted to know about, it was saying about, like the person who wrote it wanted peace, other than like, because, he, really clearly states that in the song.
Does the author sound optimistic? Does he sound hopeful, or does he sound like, oh my gosh, we're going to the potty in a basket?
That's why it's called Imagine.
Because why?
He wants us to be like, imagine if everything was that way, it would be way better.
Does he sound hopeful?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's hear a different song from the same exact time period, written by a different person. As I walk on through this wicked world, searching for light in the darkness of insanity, I ask myself, is all hope lost? Is there only pain and hatred and misery? And each time I feel like this inside, there's one thing I want to know. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? And as I walked on through troubled times, my spirit gets so downhearted sometimes. So where are the strong? And who are the trusted? And where is the harmony? Sweet harmony. Because each time I feel it slipping away just makes me want to cry. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? So where are the strong? And who are the trusted? And where is the harmony? Sweet harmony. What do you think, Laura?
It feels like there's only like hatred, sad, and like depressed. Like what happens in like the good days where everything's like all warm and happy and
Yeah, Nagar.
Well, it's kind of different from the last song because the last song has hope. This one doesn't really show any hope.
He doesn't sound as hopeful. Do they want the same thing?
yeah.
Kinda, huh?
Very similar.
Very similar. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to play both of these songs for you. Okay? Remember, imagine. Very hopeful. We want to treat each other the way we want to be treated, kind of like our Commodore Sloat pledge. And what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Seems so simple. We should be able to do this, right? But boy, some days I wake up and I think, I don't know if we're ever going to get there. Okay? All right, let's listen to these two songs.